If you're watching this video, you probably know the feeling. You're sitting there on a Sunday afternoon, getting some work done, watching some TV, and then all of a sudden, you get the urge to check Facebook Marketplace. You start scrolling for a little while to see what they have, then you start looking for cars that you potentially want to buy, and then you're having conversations about buying cars that you really didn't plan to have. Well, that's how it started for me, at least. Okay, so this is the game plan. We are currently driving up to New Jersey, which is about 3 hours away, and we're gonna go take a look at this thing, see if it's even worth buying. I have some cash on hand just so we can make a deal, make a deposit, whatever, if need be, if we get to that. But honestly, I still wanna go see the car, make sure there's nothing wrong with it. A few mistakes that I'm learning from the E30 that I don't want to make again. If we like it, we'll go from there. I'm excited, but I'm also very scared because it's always scary getting into new projects like this one. We are not off to a good start. We are in Delaware, and we've been stuck in traffic for almost an hour and a half. We've done 3 miles in an hour and a half, which is absolutely crazy. Hopefully we don't run into any more traffic after this. If we do, that's gonna suck. There's nothing else we can do. Even the detours are like 35 minutes slower because so many people are taking them. Okay, so we're here in New Brunswick, New Jersey, because I needed to stop and get some coffee before the long drive back. And that means we've already seen the car and we made a purchase. So now I'm the new owner of a blank. You guys are gonna find out at the end of this video. So with that, I have the title in hand, and I do want to preface, I did get this car as a little bit of a project. It's not in the best shape. It doesn't run the best right now, and honestly, it is gonna need a little bit of work to get it where I want it to be. For the price, I think it was worth it. I think it's gonna be a good little build for the channel, and I think it's gonna bring in some great content. It is a very loved car. Take a guess down in the comments below what you think it is. If you've been following me on Instagram, I've been dropping a few hints that this is the car that I wanted to get. So let me know if you guys can guess what it is. We'll see when the car arrives to the house. Obviously, I'm driving the G80 still, so that means we don't have the car yet. That means it's gonna show up maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after, maybe at the end of the week. We're not really sure yet. That's gonna be dependent on the transporters who are picking up the car. We got about 2.5 hours to get home. Hopefully this time we actually get home in 2.5 hours, because it took me 6.5 hours to get up here because of traffic. It's actually horrendous, and I kind of lost a lot of my energy. So that's why we got our chai. And if you guys are ever in New Jersey, this place smacks. So give it a try if you guys haven't already. Good? All right, so you guys still haven't seen the car yet, but we're about to unload it. Take your final guesses what you think it is. It is a BMW, I'll give you that hint. I'm not gonna show it to you guys just yet. We're gonna unload it, and then once we pull it up to the driveway, then I think I'll do the intro, or maybe tomorrow morning, because it's already dark out. We got the car on the trailer. It was actually supposed to be here 4 days ago. The transporter just kept bluffing on me. Luckily, Carlos here, I called him at 1 o'clock, and I called him at 12. He was already in New York by 1, picking it up for me and bringing it back. So he came in super clutch, but I got this car for a steal, a very cheap price, and there's a reason why. So maybe once we start it, you guys will kind of figure what that is, but we'll talk a little bit more about it in a bit. So my house is right there. Okay. You want to just can I leave it on there real quick? Take it in?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So guys.
All right, everyone. So today we just bought an E36 M3. You know, 1997. This is a big deal, you know?
I'm getting a cramp. I'm getting a cramp in my rib. Cut it.
It's too low for him.
The car's here. I'm feeling good. This looks good. Look at that. That is a beauty if I've ever seen one. So if you haven't guessed it already, this is the brand new project car for the channel. And honestly, I am super excited about this. This is a car that I wanted for a very long time. And a number of years ago, I think almost 5 years ago now, I went ahead and I put a bunch of these posters on the wall and I said, these are kind of the 5 cars that I want in my dream garage. Obviously we have the E30 there. It's an M3, I don't have an M3, but the E30 will do. And I had a Datsun, a R34, an E36, and a Mark V Supra. Now, I'm happy to announce that we finally got another one off that list. This is kind of the poster that we had sit in here. And I couldn't find one in white or green, so we stuck with blue, but the actual car we picked up is white, which is great. This is a 1999 E36 M3, so it means it has the S52 motor in it. And this thing isn't in the best shape, but it's also not in bad shape. For one, there is a number of upgraded parts like our new headlights, fog lights. We even have the wheels, which look to be powder coated again at some point in this nice semi OEM gray color. We also have the LTW wing, so that honestly is a must for E36s in my opinion. Always have to have that. It just makes the rear end of the car look so much more aggressive. And as you can tell, it's lowered a decent amount, so it's sitting on some Bilstein springs right now. I'm looking to get some coilovers, change that up, so one, we can adjust the ride height, but also adjust the dampening on it because this thing rides a little bit stiff. Going to the interior of the car, we have reupholstered seats. If you are a BMW guy, you know that these seats are a must. Unfortunately, the gears on the rear reclining don't work, so we're gonna have to situate that. Right now they move back and forth, but they don't recline back, and that one is kind of stuck in that position. So we're gonna have to eventually situate that. Rear seats were also reupholstered. They look very good. And then even the center portion of the door card, unfortunately, we did get stuck with the gray, but that's not something I'm too pressed on. I can go ahead and actually situate that rather easily and make all these little trim pieces black. Let's not forget it's a 25-year-old car. We have our little trim molding around the speakers breaking, the door handles coming a little bit loose, but at least compared to most E36, this door card isn't just falling off like some of them do. On both sides, it's holding up pretty well if you ask me. Now, when we get to the engine bay, this is where it gets a little bit scary. Now, unfortunately, the market for these cars is skyrocketing. I don't know why, but for some reason they're selling for 16 up to 30 grand. I've even seen some E36s sitting at 40 because they're low mileage and so on. But we got this one for a fraction of the price. And the reason for that is because we have low compression on the top end. Now, I'm not sure what's causing that. We're gonna have to get into that in a future video, dive into it. But as of right now, we can't really drive this car like we want to. We're gonna have to do some maintenance, make sure that everything is up to speed on the engine side of things, and then we'll go ahead and start fixing everything else up and actually enjoying this car like I want to. And I really do not want to focus on the negatives. I want to focus on the positives, and that's that we got another car in the garage, and it's an E36 M3. Who couldn't be happy with one of these sitting in their driveway? This is, again, one of my dream cars. I'm happy to own this. With all of its problems, we know it has problems. Unlike the E30, I really didn't know what I was getting myself into. The issues on this car is something that I'm fully aware of, and I'm ready to tackle and get them situated. Feels good. It feels real good. Now, you guys tell me down in the comments below, do you think we made a mistake buying this car, or is it a good buy? Again, engine work is very scary. It can get expensive quick, and we don't really know what we're gonna get into until we actually start tearing things apart and finding out what the issues are. So it could snowball into a huge, expensive project, but that's kind of okay with me. And the only reason I say that is because the E30 is gonna be back in a few months, and that thing is pretty close to being done. The only thing that it needs is engine work. Suspension is done, interior is done, and all the body work and paint is now done. We have the G80 sitting back there. The progress on that car is flying. We've already done everything that I had planned to do in the first 2 years, and it's not much else we can do unless we start really building it out for some high horsepower. But for the most part, cosmetically, it looks great. We might have a few other things that we can add. I'm liking how that car sits, so I don't want to rush it too much. So that's where this car comes in. We have something to fill out the space. We also have something to work on when we don't have the other cars to work on. So that's kind of the motivation to buy this thing. With that being said, hope you guys stay tuned for this new project. And if there's any companies out there or any shops out there that are willing to help with this rebuild, I could 100% use it. I really have no idea what I'm getting myself into in terms of the engine repair and the engine rebuild. So if anyone is willing to help, I'm all ears, and feel free to reach out. I'm definitely gonna need it. I guess for today, we'll call it here. You guys will definitely be seeing this car a lot more, and I'm looking forward to it. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.